So look, little intro going on right there, right? Still working on it, but work in progress. Not too bad though, right? Going to the moon, Opendoor Technology, or any stock that, we talk about, working on it. But yeah, here we go. Opendoor Technology, I skipped a day. I didn't do a video on Friday. So I'm back with a video for this Sunday. I like to do a video on Sundays because, tomorrow's Monday and we get a little preview before the stock market opens up the next day. So Saturdays I usually skip. Fridays I usually don't skip, but I skipped Friday this week. But it's okay. I have some information on Opendoor Technology. We're going to look at the chart pretty much. Not too much news, but we do have some news on Monday for housing stocks. I want to show that, and we're going to look at the chart. So let's go. So let's start with the weekly chart, and the weekly chart actually isn't too bad. We have a red candle here, but we're holding our ground, right? So look, kind of like we held our ground right here. We had 3 red candles, but we still recovered and had 2 green candles on a weekly, 2 weeks of green candles after we held our ground for 3 weeks right here. This is only 2 weeks, so will this week be a green or a red? I don't know. We got to see. But one thing is good. We have 2 red candles and we're holding pretty steady. That's good. We had red candles going down to like $6 or $5. That wouldn't be too good. But 2 red candles on a weekly and we're still hovering above this green candle. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Check out the daily chart, and we had 3 days in a row green. And here we call it a reversal because we had the green candlestick right above the red candlestick, and that's what we said. Is a reversal possibly coming up? I said there's a 75% chance that a reversal is going to come up right here, and we pretty much got it right. 3 green candles in a row. If we do go lower Monday or Tuesday, I'm looking at the 815 hold support, or the lowest would be around 795 support. But we have some news coming out Monday, a data report at 10 a.m. I'm going to get to that in a second. I'm going to show you, then we'll talk about it. So bear with me, go through this chart real quick. Check out the hourly. Let's see the hourly. So on the hourly, Friday we went down, and then we came up and we consolidated between 850 and 883. If you're using a Discord, I kept saying over and over again, if we break that 875, we can go much higher. And we broke 875 many, many times. But we had a big wall at the 890 to 880 area. And the 880, 890 was a hard resistance right there. 880, 890. We got rejected multiple times on the 880, 890 area. And then we came back, and after hours, we went down after hours, but we're kind of like in the middle of our consolidation. That's how much we went down, which was around 850, 860, right? Yeah, 850, 860. So we're not in a bad area on after hours, even though we're red, because we're trading, in the middle of the consolidation area, which is right here. Here's consolidation, and we're trading right in the middle of that consolidation after hours. So it's actually not bad. But I'm hoping that the news on Monday carries us higher and break that 880, 890 wall. That's what I'm looking for. And on Friday, the housing stocks actually did pretty good. All 3 of them closed in green. D.R. Horton, Lennar, and ITB all closed in green. It went up and it stayed up. D.R. Horton up and stayed up. ITB went up and stayed up once again. So if I had to guess, I think Open is being held down a little bit. Even though we had good news, it's being held down a little bit. And I think at some point, we're going to start going much, much higher. Because look, the housing stocks closed green on Friday, and after hours were also green, right? But Opendoor struggled on Friday, as you can see here. It went down and tried to come up a little bit. But do we have any reason for us to go down on Friday? Not really. Not really. So I'm assuming that we're kind of being held down either by people shorting the stock or, they're holding it down to buy more shares in this area before they pump it up to the $9 to $10 area. That's my opinion. Because usually Opendoor follows the housing stocks. Usually. 9 times out of 10. But I think at some point we should start going higher to the $9 area because I was very surprised. Housing stocks are green. Opendoor wasn't green. So in my opinion, something's going on within the stock that's holding it down, not breaking the $9 just yet. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, has anyone seen the Eric Jackson and Drake? What do y'all think about the Eric Jackson and Drake news? That's kind of wild, right? He made a video in front of his house and saying buy 1 share right here.
Hey, this is Eric Jackson. Front of Drake's house, day
At
one.
Drake's house.
We're going to keep coming back until Drake buys 1 share in Opendoor Technologies.
That's kind of wild, right? So what if he does buy one share? I don't know. Why did he choose Drake? Y'all may know better than me. I don't know. But I just want to put it out there because a lot of people are talking about Drake and Eric Jackson and Opendoor. So I wanted to look it up. And I saw the video for the first time actually today. I just saw it for the first time today. But yeah, other than that, so here's the news I was talking about for Monday. So we have 10 a.m. pending home sales month over month and year over year for 10 a.m. So the consensus is 0.3 and the previous was negative 0.4. So we're looking to break, the 0.3 area. So we're looking to break the consensus, right? For the actual should be right over here once 10 a.m. hits. If we do better than expected, I think Opendoor should definitely go much, much higher because to me, I think Friday is more of a consolidation day, in my opinion, for the next leg up. Because Thursday, we went all the way down and came up and we consolidated in this area right here. Then we consolidated after hours. Then we consolidated here again. We're just consolidating a lot. We actually been consolidating for 2 days straight if you look at it and zoom out. Thursday and Friday from the bottom line here and then the top right here. That's all consolidation Thursday and Friday. But we have to see what happens with the data on Monday. And I'm not sure if there's any other data coming this week. I haven't checked it yet. But subscribe to the channel and I'll keep you updated on any housing data, any Opendoor news, because I think we should be due to go higher pretty soon. And the reason why I said that, because we were in a downtrend from all the way from 1072, 1074 to 691. And then we had this big pump because Jane Street got in and then we consolidated on Thursday and consolidated on Friday. So it seemed like the next step would be to break this 920, 945 soon. But we don't know which day it is. Hopefully this week we break that 920, then 950, right? And once we break that 950, it's not too much resistance after 950 to the 1015. We have one more at the 1078 or 1075. Then at 1015 is next. So the big ones for us, in the $9 area is going to be the 920, the 945. But first we have to break that 875. 890. And if we're looking for support, it looks like it's going to be at the 830. And if we go lower than $8, looks like 785 area. So that's the support for Opendoor. But from those 2 days consolidating on Thursday and Friday, I'm hoping that consolidation is for the next leg up, not to go lower. So that's what we got to look for. All right, everybody, don't forget, subscribe, comment. If you have any questions, and like this video. Please like the video. It helps out a lot. I appreciate it. And Monday, we'll have more in depth about Opendoor because we get to see what's happening live with Opendoor on the chart. Analyzing the weekend is hard to do it because a lot of things happen over the weekend. On the weekend, I really don't have too much to say about Opendoor because we're looking at Friday's chart. So Monday, we're going to analyze it a lot more, and especially those data reports. Don't forget to join the Discord too. Take care.